What if you could step back in time, into a world where every star carried a message, and every breath of wind was a whisper from the divine? What might you discover in such a place, about the universe, about life, and maybe even about yourself? Welcome to Whispered Tales, where the echoes of ancient worlds guide us through stories of wonder and wisdom. Tonight, we journey into the heart of the Maya civilization, a realm of vibrant jungles, celestial mysteries, and sacred harmony. The Maya saw the world not as a collection of separate things but as a great tapestry, where every thread was part of a grand design. At the center of this cosmic web stood Itzamná, a god of infinite wisdom, compassion, and creation. Itzamná was the giver of knowledge, the one who taught the Maya to write their stories in glyphs that still speak to us today. He was the healer, whose guidance brought balance to body and soul. And he was the keeper of the stars, revealing the rhythms of time that shaped the lives of his people. Through his gifts, the Maya flourished, creating a civilization that harmonized the earthly and the divine. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine the world of the Maya. Dense green canopies stretch endlessly overhead, their leaves shimmering with the light of 1,000 years. The air is warm, alive with the songs of birds and the distant murmur of rivers. And above it all, the stars gleam like scattered jewels, their patterns whispering secrets that only the wise could understand. This is where our story begins, with a god whose wisdom guided a people and whose legacy still speaks to us today. So, find a comfortable place to rest. Let the noise of the day fade away as you step into the magic of this tale. The story of Itzamná is waiting for you, a story of creation, healing, and the deep connections that bind us to the cosmos. Shall we begin? As we begin, imagine a world cradled in the embrace of dense jungles, where verdant canopies stretch endlessly towards the heavens, and the whispers of nature form a melody older than memory itself. In this realm, the Maya people flourished, masters of the stars, architects of time, and keepers of wisdom carved into stone and sky. Their civilization was a tapestry of profound knowledge and unshakable reverence for the divine, and at the heart of their spiritual cosmos stood Itzamná, the wise and benevolent god who bridged the celestial and the earthly. Itzamná was not merely a figure of worship. He was the foundation upon which Maya understanding of the universe rested. He was the giver of gifts that shaped the very fabric of their lives, the art of writing, the secrets of healing, and the knowledge of the cosmos itself. Through him, the Maya learned to inscribe their thoughts into enduring glyphs, to read the cycles of time etched in the stars, and to seek balance in all things. He was the luminous thread that wove their culture together, embodying the harmony between creation and wisdom. But who was this deity, whose name resonates like the hum of the wind through ancient trees? Itzamná was said to dwell in both the heavens and the earth, a bridge between realms. As the creator and ruler of the universe, he was the first among the gods, a figure of infinite compassion and intellect. To the Maya, he was not just a divine protector but also a teacher, a celestial mentor who revealed the mysteries of existence and the pathways of the soul. Stories of Itzamná speak of a god who understood the delicate balance of the world. He was a healer who soothed the wounds of both body and spirit, a visionary who deciphered the language of the stars, and a creator whose wisdom birthed the structure of the cosmos itself. From the intricate glyphs carved into temple walls to the sacred rituals performed under the watchful gaze of the moon, every facet of Maya life bore traces of his influence. Tonight, we embark on a journey to uncover the essence of Itzamná, a god of wisdom and benevolence, whose legacy lives on in the echoes of a great civilization. Through his story, we will glimpse the soul of the Maya people, their reverence for balance, and their deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. So let us turn our gaze to the stars, where his spirit still lingers, and listen closely to the tale that has traveled across centuries to find us here, in this moment. Itzamná's wisdom awaits, wrapped in the beauty of a story that transcends time. In the beginning, before the first sunrise graced the earth, there was only the vast, eternal void. From this infinite silence, the Maya believed, emerged a force of immeasurable power and wisdom. Itzamná, the father of creation and the weaver of existence. He was more than a deity. He was the very essence of life itself, a timeless presence who shaped the cosmos with his divine touch. Itzamná was often portrayed as a wise elder, his features softened by the kindness of ages and the glow of celestial knowledge. To the Maya, he was the head of their pantheon, a guiding force among gods, and the origin of the order that governed the universe. Itzamná did not merely exist in the heavens. He was also a creator who molded the earth with loving precision, laying the foundations for life and harmony. His name carries the essence of his being. Itzam evokes the sacred lizard, a creature symbolic of life and regeneration, while Na means house, representing shelter and stability. Together, his name spoke of his dual role as the nurturer of life and the architect of the cosmos. He was the spiritual home where creation began and to which all life would return. In Maya mythology, Itzamná is credited with bringing balance to a chaotic world. He is the one who painted the skies with the stars, who separated the land from the waters, and who gave the first beings the wisdom to thrive. Yet, his creations were not acts of dominance. They were acts of love, rooted in his deep understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. But Itzamná's essence was not limited to creation alone. He was also a god of profound knowledge, a patron of writing, art, and the sciences. The Maya revered him as the source of their hieroglyphic script, a sacred language that allowed their stories, histories, and cosmic understanding to transcend the bounds of time. As the bringer of wisdom, he guided his people in observing the stars, creating a calendar that aligned their lives with the rhythms of the universe. Perhaps the most captivating aspect of Itzamná is the way he bridged realms. As the ruler of both the celestial and earthly domains, he connected the spiritual and physical worlds. He was said to dwell in the heavens yet remain ever present on earth, watching over his people, nurturing their souls, and guiding them through the cycles of life and death. Through Itzamná, the Maya saw the reflection of their own quest for balance, a pursuit of harmony between knowledge and faith, nature and humanity. To speak of him is to speak of a God who was not only a creator but also a father, a teacher, and a protector. His story is the story of beginnings, of the sacred dance between chaos and order, and of the divine wisdom that shaped a civilization. As we journey deeper into his tale, let us hold in our hearts the image of Itzamná, the wise elder, the gentle creator, and the luminous thread that ties together the heavens and the earth. In the intricate web of Maya belief, Itzamná's presence was not confined to the act of creation alone. He was a deity of immense responsibility, whose gifts to humanity extended far beyond the physical realm. Each of his roles reflected the profound wisdom and compassion that defined his essence, making him not just a god to be worshipped, but a guide, a healer, and a teacher to be revered. One of his most celebrated aspects was his role as the god of writing and knowledge. Itzamná was said to have bestowed upon humanity the gift of hieroglyphic writing, a sacred script that became the foundation of Maya communication, history, and spiritual expression. To the Maya, writing was more than a practical tool. It was a divine act, a way to honor the gods and preserve the wisdom of the ages. Every glyph carved into stone or painted onto bark carried the breath of Itzamná, connecting the mortal realm to the eternal. Beyond writing, Itzamná was also a master of time and the celestial cycles. He was the overseer of the sacred calendar, a system of incredible precision that aligned human life with the movements of the stars. Through his guidance, the Maya learned to chart the heavens, to predict the changing of the seasons, and to harmonize their lives with the cosmic rhythms of creation. Itzamná's wisdom revealed the universe as a living entity, where time was not linear but a series of sacred cycles, each one echoing the divine order of existence. Itzamná's influence extended into the realm of healing as well. He was the god of medicine, revered as the bringer of remedies for both the body and the spirit. The Maya believed that illness disrupted the balance between the physical and spiritual worlds, and it was through Itzamná's guidance that they sought to restore harmony. He was the patron of shamans and healers, who called upon his wisdom to channel the healing powers of plants, minerals, and sacred rituals. To invoke Itzamná in a time of sickness was to invite the restorative forces of nature itself, guided by the hand of a compassionate God. His duties did not end there. Itzamná was also the protector of wisdom in all its forms. Whether through the secrets of the cosmos, the arts of healing, or the sacred act of storytelling, his presence was a reminder that knowledge was a gift to be cherished and shared. He was the keeper of balance, ensuring that the wisdom he imparted was used to nurture life and sustain harmony, never to disrupt or destroy. Through these roles, Itzamná became a symbol of the interconnectedness of all things. Writing and wisdom allowed humanity to remember and grow. Medicine healed not only the body but also the bonds between the mortal and the divine. And the cycles of time reminded the Maya that every moment was part of a greater whole, woven together by the hands of their benevolent Creator. In every glyph, in every healing chant, and in every starry night, the legacy of Itzamná shone bright. He was the thread that connected the past, the present, and the future, a god whose responsibilities were not burdens but blessings, gifts offered to his people with infinite care. Through him, the Maya learned to live in harmony with the world, to seek wisdom in the smallest details, and to honor the divine in all things. As we continue to uncover his story, we see Itzamná not just as a figure of myth, but as a reflection of the enduring pursuit of knowledge, balance, and compassion that lives within us all. Among the stories whispered beneath the ancient canopies of Maya forests, none resonate as deeply as those of Itzamná, the great father of creation and guardian of wisdom. These tales, passed from one generation to the next, painted him not only as a powerful deity but as a compassionate and ever-watchful guide. His presence, though divine, felt close, woven into the daily lives of the people he nurtured. One of the most cherished legends tells of Itzamná's descent to earth, not as a figure of thunderous might but as a gentle teacher. In this tale, Itzamná observed his people struggling to interpret the patterns of the stars and the cycles of the seasons. Though they revered the heavens, they lacked the knowledge to read its language. Moved by their devotion, Itzamná chose to walk among them, disguised as an aged man with eyes that glimmered like the dawn. He gathered the people beneath a sacred ceiba tree, the tree that connects the heavens, earth, and the underworld, and began to teach. He showed them how to track the movements of the sun and moon, to predict the rains, and to mark the passing of time with precision. From his hands, they received the first glyphs, symbols that allowed them to record not only dates but also the stories and wisdom of their ancestors. The Maya people, grateful for these gifts, named him the father of writing and the keeper of celestial wisdom. Another tale speaks of Itzamná as a healer. In a time of great illness, when the people feared their crops would fail and their strength would wane, they turned to the heavens in prayer. Itzamná, hearing their cries, appeared to the village shaman in a vision. He guided the shaman to the heart of the jungle, where a rare and sacred plant grew. The shaman, following Itzamná's instructions, prepared a remedy that cured the sick and restored balance to the land. From that day forward, Itzamná was venerated as the god of medicine, his wisdom sought in every act of healing. Yet, not all stories of Itzamná are peaceful. In some legends, he is portrayed as a protector, standing against forces that threatened the harmony of his creations. One tale recounts a time when the earth was plunged into chaos by malevolent spirits of destruction. These spirits sought to undo Itzamná's work, tearing apart the balance he had so carefully nurtured. Itzamná, wielding the power of the heavens, confronted these beings. With his staff, carved from the wood of the ceiba tree, he banished them to the underworld, restoring order and safeguarding his people. In quieter tales, Itzamná is depicted as a father figure to the other gods, particularly Ixchel, the goddess of the moon and fertility. Their bond is one of deep affection, with Itzamná guiding and supporting her in her role as a nurturer of life. Together, they represent the harmony of creation, their stories entwined like the roots of the sacred ceiba. These myths and legends, though varied in tone and purpose, share a common thread. They depict Itzamná as a god of unwavering compassion and infinite wisdom. His stories were not just tales of the divine but lessons for his people, teaching them the values of harmony, balance, and the pursuit of knowledge. Through these narratives, Itzamná became more than a deity. He became a companion, a protector, and a guide. His voice could be heard in the rustling leaves, his wisdom glimpsed in the arc of the stars, and his love felt in the gentle touch of a healer's hand. For the Maya, to tell his story was to celebrate the divine woven into every aspect of life. And even now, as we recount these ancient tales, it is as though we, too, sit beneath the sacred ceiba tree, listening to the voice of Itzamná echo through the ages, carrying with it the wisdom of a world both distant and enduring. In the heart of the Maya civilization, where time was measured not in fleeting moments but in sacred cycles, the art of writing and the science of the calendar were considered divine gifts. And at the very center of these achievements stood Itzamná, the god of wisdom, whose influence shaped the intellectual and spiritual foundation of his people. Itzamná's most enduring legacy lies in the gift of hieroglyphic writing. According to Maya belief, it was he who first revealed this sacred language, a means by which mortals could communicate with the divine, record their history, and preserve their wisdom for generations yet to come. The glyphs themselves, intricate and elegant, were said to carry traces of his celestial essence. Each symbol was a prayer, a fragment of the cosmos brought to life through the stroke of an artisan's hand. The Maya used hieroglyphs not just to document events, but to embed their understanding of the universe into stone and bark. Temples and monuments bore inscriptions of cosmic cycles, royal lineages, and tales of gods and heroes. Itzamná's gift allowed the Maya to transcend the bounds of oral tradition, creating a legacy that would endure the passage of time. Even today, the discovery of these glyphs offers us a glimpse into the minds and hearts of a civilization guided by his wisdom. Equally profound was Itzamná's role in the creation of the Maya calendar. To the Maya, time was not a straight road but a sacred rhythm, an eternal dance between the celestial and earthly realms. Itzamná, as the god of knowledge, was believed to have taught humanity to observe the heavens, charting the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. These celestial patterns revealed the structure of time itself, guiding the Maya in their understanding of creation, agriculture, and ritual. The Maya calendar system, one of the most sophisticated in the ancient world, was divided into overlapping cycles. The Tzolk'in, a 260-day ceremonial calendar, and the Hab, a 365-day solar calendar, reflected the intricate harmony between human life and the cosmos. Together, these cycles formed the long count, a measure of cosmic epochs that linked humanity to the eternal flow of time. This profound system, attributed to Itzamná's teachings, shaped not only the rhythm of daily life but also the spiritual practices of the Maya. Rituals and ceremonies were carefully aligned with the calendar, ensuring that every act was in harmony with the divine order. Planting and harvesting, marriages, coronations, and even wars were timed to coincide with the sacred rhythms revealed by Itzamná. The calendar was not just a tool, it was a reflection of the universe's balance, a testament to the interconnectedness of all things. Through writing and the calendar, Itzamná granted his people the means to bridge the mortal and the eternal. The glyphs gave them a voice that could reach the heavens, while the calendar allowed them to align their lives with the divine order of the cosmos. It was a gift of wisdom that transcended the practical, touching the spiritual core of their existence. Even now, as we marvel at the precision of Maya astronomy and the beauty of their hieroglyphs, we feel the echo of Itzamná's teachings. His legacy reminds us that knowledge is not merely for survival but for understanding the deeper truths of our world, a bridge between the finite and the infinite, the earthly and the celestial. In every glyph etched into stone and every cycle of the calendar, Itzamná's presence endures, whispering to us across the ages. Seek wisdom, live in harmony, and honor the sacred rhythm of existence. Among the sacred rituals of the Maya, few were as revered as those dedicated to Itzamná, the wise god who bridged the heavens and the earth. His presence was deeply woven into the spiritual practices of his people, his name whispered in prayers, his image honored in ceremonies that sought to align mortal life with the divine. To honor Itzamná was to embrace the wisdom and harmony that he so lovingly bestowed upon his creations. In Maya rituals, Itzamná was often invoked as the protector of balance and the bringer of knowledge. Temples dedicated to him stood as sanctuaries of both spiritual and intellectual devotion. These sacred spaces, adorned with intricate carvings and glyphs, were places where priests, scholars, and healers gathered to seek his guidance. It was believed that through their devotion, the veil between the mortal and divine realms would thin, allowing his wisdom to flow into the hearts of his people. One of the most significant rituals associated with Itzamná was the K-18 ending ceremonies, performed to mark the completion of a 20-year cycle in the Maya calendar. These events were times of profound reflection and renewal, where the people looked to Itzamná for insight into the coming age. Offerings of maize, cacao, and incense were made, their fragrant smoke rising like a bridge to the celestial realms. Priests recited prayers and chants, calling upon Itzamná to bless the land with fertility, the people with health, and the leaders with wisdom. In healing rituals, too, Itzamná's presence was deeply felt. As the god of medicine, His name was invoked by shamans who sought his guidance in restoring balance to the body and soul. These healers, seen as intermediaries between the divine and mortal worlds, often conducted ceremonies under the canopy of sacred ceiba trees, which symbolized the connection between heaven, earth, and the underworld. The rituals might include the use of sacred plants, chants in his honor, and offerings placed on small altars, all done in the hope of channeling Itzamná's healing energy. Ceremonies for Itzamná were not limited to grand occasions. They also found their place in the rhythm of everyday life. Farmers offered prayers to him at the start of the planting season, asking for his blessings to ensure a bountiful harvest. Scribes and artisans dedicated their works to him, seeking his inspiration as they carved glyphs or painted codices. Even the stars themselves, charted with precision by Maya astronomers, were believed to dance to the rhythms he had set, and every observation was an act of reverence for his cosmic wisdom. One particularly touching ritual involved families gathering to honor Itzamná in their homes. Small altars, adorned with offerings of flowers and food, became places of quiet devotion. Parents would tell their children stories of Itzamná, teaching them to respect the wisdom of the elders, the cycles of the earth, and the beauty of the stars. In these intimate moments, the spirit of Itzamná was felt as a guiding presence, not distant and unapproachable, but as a gentle guardian who watched over every aspect of their lives. Through these ceremonies, the Maya ensured that their lives were always in harmony with the divine order that Itzamná represented. Every prayer, every offering, and every chant was a reminder of the bond between the mortal and the sacred. It was a way to honor not just the god, but the wisdom and love he had poured into his creation. Even now, as we uncover the remnants of Maya altars and temples, we can almost hear the echoes of these ancient rituals. The scent of incense, the soft hum of prayers, and the reverent whispers of Itzamná's name seem to linger, a testament to a civilization that found the divine in every corner of life. Through their devotion, the Maya remind us of the enduring power of gratitude, wisdom, and the sacred connection between humanity and the cosmos. As the echoes of Maya civilization ripple through the corridors of history, the presence of Itzamná, their god of wisdom and creation, remains alive in the hearts of those who study and honor the ancient world. Though the Maya temples have weathered centuries of sun and rain, and the voices of the priests who once called his name have faded into the past, Itzamná's spirit lingers, a timeless symbol of knowledge, harmony, and the divine balance of existence. In the modern world, Itzamná's legacy can be seen in the resurgence of interest in Maya culture. Scholars and archaeologists, guided by his symbolic role as the bringer of knowledge, continue to uncover the intricate glyphs and celestial maps attributed to his teachings. These ancient texts, inscribed on stone stele and bark paper codices, serve as windows into the profound intellectual achievements of the Maya and remind us of the God who inspired them. For descendants of the Maya and those who still hold their spiritual traditions close, Itzamná represents a connection to their ancestral roots. His name is invoked in ceremonies that seek to preserve the harmony between humanity and nature, a principle that resonates deeply in a world grappling with environmental challenges. Communities that honor Maya traditions see Itzamná as a guide, encouraging a return to the sacred balance between the earth, the stars, and the human spirit. Beyond his cultural and spiritual significance, Itzamná holds a universal appeal in today's world. As a god of wisdom, he speaks to the eternal human pursuit of knowledge. His role as a creator and healer inspires us to consider the ways in which wisdom and compassion can shape not only our understanding of the world but also our interactions with one another. In an age of rapid technological advancement and rediscovery of ancient knowledge, Itzamná's teachings remind us of the importance of grounding progress in harmony and balance. Modern reinterpretations of Itzamná often emphasize his role as a bridge between the physical and the spiritual. He is seen not only as a deity but as a symbol of interconnectedness, a reminder that all things are part of a greater whole. Artists, poets, and writers find inspiration in his story, weaving his essence into their works as a testament to the enduring relevance of ancient wisdom in contemporary life. Even the scientific world finds echoes of Itzamná's influence in the Maya's incredible understanding of astronomy and mathematics. The precision of their calendars, their ability to track celestial movements, and their deep reverence for the cosmos continue to awe and inspire researchers. Itzamná, as the god who revealed these secrets, stands as a testament to the fusion of spirituality and science, an approach that feels as relevant now as it did thousands of years ago. In cultural festivals across Mesoamerica, Itzamná's image often emerges as part of the collective memory of the Maya. His stories are retold, his glyphs studied and admired, and his spirit invoked in celebrations that honor the past while looking to the future. Through these acts of remembrance, his legacy is not merely preserved but reimagined, finding new meaning in the ever-evolving narrative of human existence. And so, as we look to the stars and contemplate the mysteries of life, Itzamná's story invites us to pause and reflect. He reminds us that wisdom is not merely a collection of facts but a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. His legacy, like the stars that guided the Maya, continues to illuminate the path forward, a beacon of harmony, creativity, and compassion. In every glyph deciphered, every ancient ritual rediscovered, and every moment we pause to honor the balance of life, Itzamná's presence endures, whispering across the ages, learn, create, and nurture. For in these acts, you honor the sacred rhythm of the universe. As we near the end of our journey into the world of Itzamná, his story leaves us with lessons as timeless as the stars he once placed in the heavens. His tale is not merely that of a god from an ancient civilization. It is a reflection of the profound truths that guide humanity even today. From his wisdom flows a reminder of the beauty in balance, the power of knowledge, and the sacred connection between creation and compassion. First, Itzamná teaches us the value of harmony, within ourselves, with each other, and with the natural world. As a god who bridged the heavens and the earth, he embodied the delicate balance between chaos and order, the divine and the mortal. His gifts to the Maya people, the hieroglyphic script, the calendar, and the arts of healing, were not only tools for survival but also symbols of how knowledge and spirituality can coexist in perfect unity. In a modern world often pulled between progress and preservation, Itzamná reminds us that true wisdom lies in finding equilibrium, in walking a path where growth does not come at the expense of nature or humanity. Second, his role as the bringer of knowledge invites us to cherish learning as a sacred act. To the Maya, writing and astronomy were not merely practical skills. They were divine gifts, entrusted to them by Itzamná himself. His story encourages us to see education not as a destination but as a journey, a way to better understand ourselves, our place in the cosmos, and the intricate rhythms of life. In a time when knowledge is more accessible than ever, Itzamná's legacy reminds us to use it wisely, as a force for good and not division. His role as a healer also offers profound wisdom. In his hands, medicine was more than a science. It was an art that sought to restore the balance between body and spirit, individual and universe. Today, as we face challenges in health and well-being, his story encourages us to seek holistic solutions, ones that honor not only the physical but also the emotional and spiritual aspects of life. Itzamná's compassion reminds us that healing is not just about curing illness but about nurturing a sense of connection and wholeness. Perhaps the most enduring lesson from Itzamná's tale is the importance of creation as an act of love. Whether shaping the world or gifting humanity with knowledge, Itzamná's every act was rooted in care and compassion. His story inspires us to approach our own creative endeavors with the same spirit, to build, to innovate, and to leave behind something that uplifts and sustains those who come after us. Finally, Itzamná reminds us of the power of stories. The Maya believed that the past, present, and future were interconnected, and through their myths, they kept the spirit of their gods alive. Itzamná's tale, passed down through generations, continues to resonate because it speaks to universal truths about wisdom, balance, and the divine within us all. By sharing his story, we not only honor the Maya civilization but also nurture the spark of wisdom that exists in every culture, every time, and every heart. As we carry the wisdom of Itzamná with us, we find ourselves gazing at the stars as the Maya once did, feeling their rhythm in our lives. His legacy reminds us to seek understanding, to live in harmony, and to create with love. And in doing so, we honor the sacred dance of the cosmos, a dance choreographed by a god whose story will forever illuminate the path of those who choose to listen. Let us remember, as Itzamná's people once did, that the greatest wisdom comes not just from the knowledge we gain, but from the balance we strive to achieve in our lives. Through his teachings, his gifts, and his enduring presence, Itzamná offers us a profound and lasting truth: that we, too, are creators, healers, and seekers of harmony in this grand and beautiful tapestry of existence. And so, dear listener, our journey with Itzamná comes to a gentle close. Through his wisdom, his boundless compassion, and the gifts he bestowed upon the Maya, we've explored not only the soul of a god but the heart of a civilization that saw the universe as a living, breathing entity. Itzamná's story, woven with the threads of balance, creation, and harmony, whispers timeless truths to us even now, urging us to embrace the sacred rhythm of life. As you return from this tale to the world around you, take a moment to reflect on the wisdom he left behind. Perhaps it will echo in the rustling of leaves, in the dance of the stars, or in the quiet moments when you pause to wonder at the beauty of existence. The legacy of Itzamná reminds us that within each of us lies the power to create, to heal, and to find balance in our lives. Thank you for joining us on this tranquil voyage through time and myth. It is your presence, your curiosity, and your love for these stories that breathe life into the whispers of the past. Here at Whispered Tales, every listener is a part of this tapestry, and together we keep these ancient echoes alive. If this story moved you, if it brought a spark of wonder or a moment of calm to your day, we invite you to follow our journey. Subscribe to Whispered Tales and join us as we wander through the myths, legends, and mysteries of the world, one gentle story at a time. Until we meet again, may the wisdom of Itzamná and the harmony of the universe guide you. Rest well, dream deeply, and remember, the stories are always here, waiting to welcome you back.